You know that feeling when you have a reaction that just doesn't feel like you? One of those moments where you look back and think, why on earth did I do that? Or even worse, what is wrong with me? Well, today we're going to dive into those automatic gut level responses. And I want to start with the main idea right up front. Your body is not broken. It's actually trying to protect you. So let's figure out what's really going on under the hood. Have you ever been in a really tense conversation, maybe with your boss or a family member, and you just froze? Your mind goes completely blank and you can't find the words? Or hey, maybe it was the total opposite. Someone you care about makes a tiny offhand comment and bam, you snap back with an intensity that honestly shocks even you. And what about that really important thing you needed to do? That phone call, that project? You knew you had to do it, you wanted to do it, but you just couldn't. You found yourself avoiding it at all costs. Okay, so if any of that feels familiar, here's the first thing I really need you to hear. That reaction, it is not a sign of weakness. It is not some kind of character flaw. What it actually is your nervous system doing the job it was designed for millions of years ago, keeping you safe from what it thinks is a threat. This is just your ancient biology doing its thing. So how does this all work? Well, think of it like you have this built-in alarm system that's been protecting humans forever. Let's take a quick look at the science behind it. It's actually pretty straightforward. You've probably heard of the fight or flight response. A physiologist named Walter Cannon first put a name to it way back in the 1900s. It's basically this super fast, totally automatic circuit that's hardwired into all of us. And the speed here is just mind-blowing. Before your logical brain, your thinking brain, even knows what's going on, a little part of your brain called the amygdala, think of it as your body's smoke detector, just pulls the fire alarm. Instantly, stress hormones like cortisol flood your system, your muscles get tight, your breathing changes. And here's the kicker, you are already reacting before you've had a single conscious thought about it. But here's the thing, it's not just about fighting or running. There's a third option that is so common but gets way less attention, and that's the freeze response. So when does freezing happen? It happens when your nervous system does a lightning-fast calculation and decides that fighting isn't going to work and running away isn't going to work either. It decides the safest possible move is to do nothing, to just shut down. And that's why this is so important to understand. Freezing up in that meeting wasn't cowardice. No way. It was a sophisticated, protective shutdown. It's your biology literally taking the controls to keep you safe when it feels completely overwhelmed. Okay, so this all makes sense from a survival perspective, but it brings up a really big question. Why is this ancient system firing off all the time in our modern world? Well, here's the mismatch. Our nervous system evolved to handle, an actual tiger jumping out of the bushes. But today, it uses that exact same alarm system to respond to a critical email from our boss. It treats the social danger of a fight with a friend like a physical threat, and the stress of paying bills like the threat of actual starvation. And this is the absolute key to all of this. Your nervous system cannot tell the difference. From a biological standpoint, the panic you feel getting up to give a speech can look almost identical to the panic of facing a real predator. And that's why these modern-day stressors feel so intense, so physical. Now, here's where it can get kind of tricky. When we are under constant, chronic stress, for weeks or months on end, this whole alarm system can get, dysregulated. Basically, it gets stuck in the on position. And that explains why, after a really brutal week at work, something tiny, like spilling your coffee, can suddenly feel like the end of the world. Your system was already at its limit. So the big question is, what can we do about this? And the answer, maybe surprisingly, isn't to try and think your way out of it. The real key is to start with your body. So let's walk through a super simple, practical tool you can use right now. This might be the most important thing to remember from our whole chat today. When that alarm system is blaring, your logical, rational brain goes offline. It's just not available. You can't reason your way out of a panic attack. You have to send your body signals of safety first to tell that alarm to turn off. And here is a ridiculously simple but powerful way to do that. If you want, just try it with me right now. Just find a comfortable spot. Breathe in quietly through your nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now a long, slow exhale through your mouth for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Just do that for a minute or two.
So why does that simple thing work so well? Because making your exhale longer than your inhale is a direct message to your nervous system. It literally activates the rest and digest part of your nervous system. It's like a manual override switch that tells your brain, hey, we're okay. The threat is over. You can stand down.
So let's just bring this all home. The next time you have one of those reactions, you freeze, you snap, you avoid, I want you to try and remember this. These reactions are not flaws in your personality. They're not who you are. They are simply survival patterns that your body learned, probably a long time ago, to keep you safe. And here's the really hopeful part. Survival patterns can be retrained, gently, patiently. They can be updated. Your body isn't broken. It's just doing its best to protect you. And now you have one more tool to help it finally feel safe.